Hello, thank you for being here. This is going to be ultra quick guided tour through our virtual reality exhibitions. I'm a member of Street Art Belgrade team and my name is Jelena Radošević. I'm an art historian and curator and I have been researching graffiti and street art for more than 20 years. So this exhibition is called, as you can see, Take 3 Loving Street Art Belgrade, and this was because it took me 3 tries to figure out the optimal use of graffiti and street art material in new technologies. So on one hand, I had to keep in mind the nature of the medium, so the ephemerality, the legal status, the fact that it strongly resembles intangible heritage. And on the other hand, I had to work with new technology prescriptions, so to say, where I had to use only the photos in high resolution. Otherwise, if you put um, something that is not of a high resolution in the exhibition and then you put the headset on, it's just a pixelization. So this was very restrictive, and that was due to my art history conditioning, which says that you really always have to start from the oldest materials that you have. Otherwise, it's not going to be good exhibition. But there were some good parts in this research, and that was the fact that we could actually scan a whole 3D wall through photogrammetry system. And I do believe that this is going to be the future of graffiti documentation and preservation because it does give you this extraordinary sensation that you can actually walk by the wall as if you were next to it in the real life. So when the time came to do our second exhibition, I thought that I got smarter and faster and that it's going to be much easier to do this new one. But due to the specificity of the topic, which was this connection between street art scenes in Serbia and in France, then it still took me 2 years' time to collect materials that I could actually use in this exhibition. And that was really time consuming and stressful. And again, we had to deal with a lot of things that we had to deal with in the first exhibition as well. But we were lucky enough that um, this space, which was ready-made space, and as you can see, it's kind of semi-open space, was so large that uh, there was a possibility to put this large pieces in this garden system. And when you put the headset on, they really look amazing because they're in their almost original size, which is very, very impressive. And then another thing that we kind of experimented with, but we were not very happy with the outcome, was 3D scanning. So we had this very precious wall that was done by famous French artist Black Lorette, and we did it, but it really looks as if it's kind of a two-dimensional sculpture and it looks nothing special. So next time we're gonna keep with scanning like we did in the previous exhibition. So just to have a whole wall and then to be able to walk by it. But in this exhibition, we also figured out one of the very important things, and this is how to deal with materials of not so good quality that we would also need in our exhibitions as well, and that is to use the video. So you put a little screen at the exhibition, and then you have the video of materials that you wouldn't otherwise be able to see. which I think was pretty good already. And yes, these exhibitions are available online and they're for free. So if you'd like to enjoy them, I strongly recommend that you take the headset. But I have to admit that they look pretty amazing in net view as well. So thank you for being here.